Welcome to video 3.1 in our first Principles of Astrophotography series. In this video, we discuss the geographic coordinates that are used to describe positions on Earth.
I'm interested in looking at objects in the sky. Why would I be interested in describing positions on Earth?
Because where you are on Earth determines which objects you can see in the sky. In a future video, we will discuss which objects you can see from your particular latitude. So you need to know where you are on the Earth and understand how to describe that before you can figure out which objects you'll be able to see in the sky.
I need to know where I am to know where I'm going.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's also Zen.
Yeah, it's a Zen.
Okay, deal.
In this video, it's based on section 3.1 of our first Principles of Astrophotography book, which is linked in the description below.
I'm Ren Edwards.
And I'm Boyd Edwards.
Let's talk sensor sensibility. All right, principle 14, geographic coordinates. Positions on Earth's surface are described by the latitude lambda.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Well done. Well done.
An angle measured northward from the equator, and the longitude
Phi.
Fight you over that one.
Mm-hmm.
An angle measured eastward from the prime meridian. These coordinates have components expressed in degrees, arc minutes, and arc seconds.
So this is the Greek letter lambda.
It should represent wavelength, by the way.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you run out of letters in a hurry from both regular English letters and Greek letters, and you have to use different letters for the same thing, or the same letter for different things. And this is the Greek letter phi. But those are the standard notations for latitude and longitude, lambda and phi.
Okay.
Okay, so lambda is an angle measured northward from the equator. So what does that mean? Lambda equals 0, the latitude equals 0 at the equator. So you say that's 0 degrees latitude. It's measured in degrees. And as you're going northward from the equator, you're increasing in positive values of the latitude. So latitude is an angle. So this angle at this point here at latitude 30 degrees, that's the angle between the equator and that spot on the Earth. It's just an angle like we talked about before. And then if you're talking about the North Pole, you're talking about a 90-degree angle. So that's why the latitude is 90 degrees at the North Pole. So latitude is measured northward, positive northward. What about in the south? A lot of times you'll see latitudes listed for places in the south as south latitudes. That doesn't work very well mathematically for the formulas that we'll be developing, and it makes more sense to use negative numbers to represent southern latitudes. So negative latitudes means you're in the southern hemisphere.
I'm sure the Aussies won't mind.
Yeah, no kidding. So the same principle applies. You go down 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and then 90 degrees is the South Pole. So negative 90 degrees would be the South Pole. So let's do an example. The latitude of Cusco, Peru is negative 13. So that signifies degrees, right? That superscript circle means a degree. This little prime symbol or apostrophe means arc minutes. And then this double apostrophe, or the quote symbol, or double prime, is arc seconds. And so you've got an angle measured in degrees plus some in arc arc minutes and then some in arc seconds. And in our book, we show you how to convert that into decimal degrees. So this negative 13.5 includes the 13 degrees, and then 31 arc minutes is about a half of an arc, about half a degree.
It's like 0.52.
Yeah, something like that. Pretty close. It's because you fit 60 arc minutes in 1 arc degree, so half of 60 is about 30. And so we're looking at something that's negative 13.5 or so. If you work it out, you get this in decimal degrees. And it's a lot easier for math to have them in decimal degrees, and degrees, arc minutes, and arc seconds is just a big fat pain. So where is that on here? A latitude of negative 13 degrees. Well, this latitude right here is negative 30 degrees, so the minus sign says what? It says it's in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
That's what the minus sign says. And then how far is it down? Well, this latitude line is negative 15 degrees. This one right here. Here's 0 at the equator. And so we're talking about pretty close to the negative 15 line. So we're maybe right about here or so. That's a negative 13 degree latitude line. So Cusco, Peru is going to be somewhere along that line. And to figure out where along that line is, we need the longitude. So the longitude, as we talked about before, is measured eastward from the prime meridian. So this line right here is called the prime meridian. It runs through a place called Greenwich, England. It's spelled Greenwich or something like that. So in England, right about here, actually, it cuts off Spain, cuts off part of Africa, and that's the line called the prime meridian. And longitudes are measured positive toward the east. So this is north, which it is, and this is south. You're facing north, then east is going to be toward the right. And we're going to measure longitude lines as positive toward the east. So this, as we move over into the Middle East and Asia, et cetera, we're going to be doing more and more positive longitude. So this is 15, longitude 15, this is longitude 30. Now, we're told that the longitude of Cusco, Peru is negative 71. So let's figure out where that is on this globe. This longitude line is negative 15. They're spaced out by 15. This is negative 30. It's listed here. Negative 45, negative 60, and then here's negative 75. So if we go back, so this is negative 60, this one here. This is negative 75. If we go back to this earlier one, this is this longitude line right here, the one that runs right along there is the negative 60 line. And then this one right here is a negative 75 degree line. And the longitude of Cusco is negative 71 and 58 arc minutes. So that's almost 72. Right? Because it's 60, if it had been 60, it would have been 72. So we're looking for something that is about 72. This is 75 right here. This is 60. So somewhere right along here will be Cusco, Peru. Negative 72 degrees. So that would be roughly the location of Cusco, Peru. And you can do that for any location. Just a little mnemonic that I use to remember which is latitude and which is longitude. And I don't know, it's something I think I learned in the 3rd grade. But I think of these latitude lines. So this is 30 degrees latitude. This is 15 degrees latitude, 30 degrees, etc. I think of those as rungs on a ladder that I use to climb northward.
Latitude.
Latitude is the ladder that you use to climb northward. Mm-hmm. And longitude is just those long lines that go from the north to the south pole.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.